Everything's looking good. Oh my god. I'm not answering it. So that is the boss trying to ring me. Oh no. Honestly, he is undoubtedly the biggest micromanager I have ever met. I'm just not answering him. I just refuse to answer him just now. Right. Right, we've got our route set. Chains and everything are good. Let's get going. Can cancel these. There we go. Anything coming? Nope. Stick my lights on. I kind of got a couple of trips that are local. Basically because Carlos doesn't trust me to do anything else apart from the jobs that he doesn't want to do. Hence why we're in this older Scania. He's got a newer Scania which he drives, which has his GPS, so he can locate the truck at any point. However, he hasn't spent any money on this truck at all. He bought this truck as it is second hand, and he just doesn't want to spend any money. He doesn't want to spend money. He's ran the company on his own since his dad owned it. And his dad passed it over to him. And I can understand, you know, it is your company, it's your name, it's your reputation, but oh my god, give me a rest. Oh, see what I mean? See what I mean? He will not stop ringing until I have answered the phone. Now, he can't tell where I am, but he obviously doesn't trust that I've been able to pick the load up and get on my way. He just doesn't. I know he doesn't, and he's told me that. So the problem is Carlos doesn't speak very good English, and my Spanish is not good either. You know, I emigrated over here. I know basics. I know how to ask where the toilet is. I know how to ask for a beer. But oh my goodness, so when he goes into an absolute rage, he speaks so quick. And then he gets over angry because I don't understand him. And I'm just looking at him with a complete blank expression on my face. And then when I get enraged because he's enraged, I then speak really fast English in my Scottish accent, and he can't understand me. So it's just a vicious spiral. He just needs to leave me alone and let me get on with it and trust that I'll be able to do this. It just exasperates me. It tires me out. It wears me out. You know, I don't know what he thinks I'm going to end up doing. You know, whether I'm going to ruin his truck or whether I'm going to... I don't know. I genuinely don't know what he thinks I'm going to do, but... I'm not going to do anything, so I'm not. I actually thought I was taking that junction there. You know, I'm very careful. I've given him no reason not to trust me. But the problem is he's had people in the past where he's had issues. And I see, if that was a work phone, I actually would roll this window down and throw it out. That is how annoyed I am. I've actually had to set it so after 2 rings it just cancels the call, because the only person that phones me is Carlos. He's about the only person I know in Spain. Maybe not the best idea to immigrate and not really know anyone, but you know, I love the relaxed atmosphere. I love the relaxed lifestyle. I love the sun. There's nothing not to love about this place. So we're based in Madrid, which is fine. Madrid's a lovely place. I like to try and get out to the coast when I can. Get a little bit of beach sun. And yeah, enjoy life. It certainly beats Scottish weather, that's for sure. So I've got this reservoir tank to drop off. As I say, it's not a huge distance. It's small run jobs that I'm doing. Carlos gets bored of strapping, unstrapping. He'd rather do the longer distance things, and I say he doesn't trust me, so he doesn't like the important jobs not being done by him. One day he might actually trust me. He might actually. I mean, I don't know many swear words in Spanish, but I think I've learned quite a few from Carlos since starting at his place. I think he dearly would love to put GPS into this, just so he could sit and watch on his laptop where I am and what I'm doing, what speed I'm doing, and things like that. But he doesn't want to spend the money. So unfortunately, he can't have it both ways. It's got to be one or the other. I left, and then in here, drop it off. So this is Carlos's trailer. This is the only thing, apart from his next gen truck he's got, it's the only thing he's actually spent money on. So it's a twin axle flatbed wooden board. Roundabout, and then the first right after the roundabout, and it's up in there somewhere. It's quite underpowered, this truck. Can't remember if it's 320 horse. I'm just going to straddle both here. Now, are we in here? No, I think we must be... No, we must be down here. Maybe there's a reason he doesn't trust me when I do stupid things like that. Pop in and see where they want this parked up to get it unloaded. Get the trailer off the road. Right, back in a second. That guy was quite nice. The Spanish are really pleasant. So he basically wants up here. He's going to get the forklift out of this one of these doors. So he has convinced me that this will fit underneath. Pop it on here. Now I cancelled my hazards. Right, switch that off. Right, okay, I'm going to go in. I'm going to take the straps off this, go in, give them a hand if they need anything. Carlos, Carlos, calm down. No, let me talk. Oh, Carlos, you're not listening to me. Let me talk. Are you finished? Right. Oh my God. Let me talk. Let me speak. If you don't let me speak, I'm going to hang up. Carlos. Right, you finished? I'm on my way. Yes, on my way to pick up. Yes. No, no issues. Carlos, I am not answering the phone every 2 minutes. If I do that, I won't be able to get the jobs done. Carlos, you need to trust that I can do the job. No. Listen, don't swear at me in Spanish. I know what you're saying. Aha, I do. Right, okay. Can I go and get on with the job that you're paying me for? Thank you. Oh my god. He really does test my patience. Oh, I just want this day to be over and done with. I really do. Really, really do. Right, I'm on my way to get a concrete beam now, which is going back into the centre of Madrid. Some really nice properties around here. Come on, old girl, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah, we're not too far, so there's not a lot of travelling between places. Not for the short runs that I'm doing anyway. Which is fine, I don't mind. It breaks the day up. See what? Oh, see what I mean? He is just off the phone to me, and he is now phoning me again. Oh, that man drives me to distraction. I really need to get the throttle pedal in this truck sorted out. It's very squeaky. I don't think it's been used for a while. Okay, we're going to come off here, and then we're basically off the next junction. Yeah, so far, you know, speaking to the workers in the places that I stop, they're all really, really nice people, and, you know, nothing's a problem, and it's just so much different, you know, especially in the UK when it's bad weather. You know, you can turn up to places and they'll make you wait, or, you know, they'll tell you that they're on a lunch break and they can't unload you until like an hour's time. It sets you back. Then you've got to ring your transport manager or your the organizer, planner, and tell them that that you're getting held up because someone's on a lunch break. Okay. Thought he was going to just trance his luck there. It's a nice little industrial area. Haven't been to this one before, so I just kind of looked it up, plugged it into the sat nav, and away we went. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get. Well, I think it's just a single beam of concrete that we're getting, so can only hope. Just going to stick to the inside lane here. Yeah, the Spanish are amazing people, but put them behind a steering wheel and they can sometimes get a bit annoyed, a bit, if you're not moving quick enough, or, you know, getting out of the way quick enough, you can end up getting both barrels from them. It's a little bit cloud. I don't mind the cloud, especially when I'm working. It actually cools me down a little bit. Trying to get used to the Spanish weather. It's been an enjoyable thing. So here we are, a company called ACC. I'm going to pop in and that looks like rubble or gravel or interesting. Right, pop in and see them. All loaded up. So it's one entire section of concrete. 17 tons. We had to put extra blocks underneath just so it was supported in the middle as well as the ends. Ideally, if I had another one, I would have put it in the middle there just so that there wasn't going to be any movement, because obviously the trailer flexes as we're going over bumps, and we don't want the flex to then pass into the concrete, which is then going to break it up. But that's all we've got. Couldn't find any lying about, and well, Carlos doesn't exactly provide us with things like that. I actually had to buy my own ratchet straps. That's how bad he is. So, oh Jesus, I said his name too many times. It's like Beetlejuice. Right, I'm still not answering it. Right, let's leave them on until we get out of the yard. Okay, destination is plugged in. Again, another short one. It's only about 20 kilometres or so. But by the time I get there, get unloaded, get back to the yard, it's going to be finishing time, and then I can deal with the rage. I actually, the other day, he was in such a rage, he kept me 20 minutes past my finishing time, so I put an overtime claim. He went ballistic, absolutely ballistic. And I said, well, you know, don't keep me past my time when all you're doing is having a rant. You know, he just rants at everything. He's like an angry old man, and unfortunately it's all Spanish, so maybe it's a good thing I don't know everything that he's saying. I might not have lasted so long in the job. Kind of same route as before. Not really exciting, but you know, it's an introduction into my life, the hell that it is. I'm so tempted to tell him to take his job and shove it, but I need a job, so I do. Don't really need a job where I'm having to pay for, you know, parts of the truck that really should be provided. I mean, I don't think it's asking much for ratchet straps. He just throws his hands in the air and walks off like a 2-year-old having a temper tantrum. If he gets out of earshot, he thinks that's it doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, enough complaining about Carlos. I'm sure he's a lovely guy when he's not at his work. I'm never going to find out because we're not going to socialise together. I don't think we have that kind of relationship. But it's just me and him. And if I wasn't here, there's no way he could fulfill all these contracts that he's got. And that's the problem. He wants a company to survive, but he has turned greedy. And he is literally saying yes to every contract that comes in without thinking, am I able to fulfill this contract with the amount of trucks and amount of drivers that I've got, and I worry that he's going to end up pushing himself too much. As much as he infuriates me, I would hate to see some harm come to him. It was his dad's company, and I'm trying to put myself in his position. What would I be like if it was my dad's company? I would do everything I could to make sure it was a success. It's poor Carlos. But that doesn't excuse him from making an absolute, just making my life miserable. There's no need for it. I mean, look, I'm not even going up to 80. You know, this is what this guy's done to me. I don't want to go to 80, because if something blows up at 80, he's going, oh, why were you doing 80? You should be doing 70. You know, more fuel economy. In Spanish, obviously, not in a mimicking Scottish accent. The only saving grace, now this truck is an older truck, but it does have working AC, which is, I actually think it's maybe a legal requirement for the Spanish government that you must be able to supply AC to, certainly to drivers. Came in there a bit fast, I have to admit. I try to admit my mistakes when I make them, and that was a little bit fast. I was a bit confused with what the road layout was like. It's completely different to what I'm used to in the UK. try and avoid the curbs. Do you know, this is the other thing that annoys me. He inspects the truck, like inspects every inch of the truck, including the tyres, the wheels. He inspects everything, which is fine. It's his truck. Yes, he should absolutely be able and allowed to inspect it. But any bump, any small scratch, like I ended up with a stone chip in this windscreen, and honestly, he went on for 2 days about it, and you know, and there's nothing I can do to stop that. You know, it was a truck going the other way that's kicked up a stone and it's hurt the windscreen. And you know, it's not cracked the windscreen. It's not illegal. Thank you. Cheers. Oh my goodness. And yeah, he actually had printed out. Now this is the extreme he goes to. He printed out the price of a new windscreen. He didn't just show me. He printed it. So he went to his computer, searched, and then hit the print button to then print it out, to then show me. I'm like, oh. Anyway, sorry, I've just been ranting about Carlos. Poor Carlos. Like I say, I'm sure that he's a really nice guy, but to work for, he is just an absolute nightmare. Let's get this straightened up so they can get the concrete in properly. There we go. It's quite nice. Yeah, it's very quiet. There's nobody about. Let's hope there's somebody about to actually offload this. But anyway, I apologise. I've just ranted about Carlos for I've basically done what he does, and I do apologise. Anyway, I'm going to get my boots on, I'm going to get my gloves on, my high-vis, and then I'm going to go in and get this offloaded, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye.